Well, great to hear so much more about the Green Task Force with the City of Belleville. Joining us now from Volunteer Information Quinte Center, Hastings and Prince Edward Counties, known as VIQ, it is our friend Tracey Davis, the Manager of Community Programs and Communications. So Tracey, thanks for joining us on the program.
Thanks for having me. It's a delight to be here again.
So Volunteer Information Quinte, you've been around for a while. How did this get started and how long has VIQ been in the region?
VIQ was established in 1966 by a lady by the name of Ruth Burrows. She saw a need for sort of volunteer coordination, so she opened up the Center Volunteer Bureau of Belleville. And since then, we've expanded, and now we cover everywhere from Bancroft all the way down into the county. So we're Hastings and Prince Edward. And we've got cover from sort of border to border to border to border. So it's a larger area, but it's great to be a part of the city. A lot of agencies have sort of started in our little office. Big Brothers and Big Sisters started in our office, the Christmas sharing program. So a variety of agencies where it was like sort of that idea first and then was expanded beyond us. So we've been around. We're kind of a staple, but we're one of those best kept secrets too, because some people are like, what do you do?
So where can people access all the information if they want to volunteer, or let's say they're a community group like VON that needs to get the word out?
Well, with community groups or with volunteers, it's wonderful because we have a great volunteer database. So it's two-sided. One, the volunteer can go on there and search all the volunteer opportunities within the region. It's at www.viq.ca. And on there right now, I think we have about 336 volunteer opportunities throughout the region. And what it is self-directed by the agency. So the agencies go in and they list their opportunities and they can recruit and you can connect directly. But if somebody's not 100% sure what they want to do, they're not sure sort of, their timing, and they don't want to commit to something without a little bit of information, they can actually set up an interview with our volunteer coordinator. And we would interview them for about 20 minutes, ask them their interests, their time, get a good handle on what they're looking for, and then we refer them to the appropriate agencies. Kind of the idea is that we want volunteering your way sort of thing, because we want you to keep volunteering. So if we place you somewhere where you're going to have a good experience, then you're going to continue to volunteer.
Do high school students find successful volunteer opportunities, let's say if they need to check off that high school diploma box? How does it go for the young ones?
Yes, we actually have on our search database a youth button, so they can actually push youth and then search by region. So they can actually search the volunteer opportunities specific for their age bracket. The other thing, though, I always suggest, so we are in the schools now, which is nice, post-COVID to be back in the schools doing volunteer and resource fairs. I go in and do a presentation about the long-term effects of volunteering on our community to the careers classes, and I promote to them that if there's something in that database, so say there's an agency that they're passionate about, get a hold of us, because just because they're not actively recruiting doesn't mean that they don't need a volunteer, and that's where we can be that liaison for youth in the community and get them volunteering and getting the information that they need and the experience that will help them grow skills, make decisions on where they might want to be for jobs. So it's nice that we can work with them that way.
Now, speaking of being a liaison, what's the relationship between VIQ and 211 Ontario, which is another kind of best kept secret to a certain degree here in Quinte?
So 211 Ontario is an information phone number database. It's text now, which is awesome. So it's a place where anybody can go and find local human and social services 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, 7 days a week. It's available in over 150 different languages. It's a wonderful resource. The idea is you're not alone. If you're looking for a resource of any sort, you can call them and they will direct you. The nice thing about the agents that are on 211 is they are well trained. You're not calling a call center or an automated situation. You're calling a human person. The centers in Ontario are out of Ottawa, out of Toronto, or out of Thunder Bay. And they will direct you to the appropriate services that you might be looking for, whether it be something because you can't pay rent or you're looking for some help with food costs going up, any resources that you might need, hospice, relief for kids with autism or programming. It's all on there.
So Tracey, National Volunteer Week is coming up April 16th to the 22nd. How's VIQ celebrating?
Well, first and foremost, we're going to celebrate with a celebration that we're working on the 22nd. We always sort of wrap up National Volunteer Week with the celebration. I can't give all the particulars yet because there's some surprises to be had, so we have to kind of keep those under our hat. But we will collect with agencies and all of the local politicians to celebrate volunteers in the region. We have a campaign, a social media campaign going out that is actually nationwide. So we are members of the Volunteer Canada, and they have a whole promotional area. So we have all sorts of social media tags and frames and all sorts of things going on that week where we'll be celebrating volunteers throughout the region, which is great.
How can the community get involved with nominations?
Well, that is the thing that's even better. So during National Volunteer Week, what Volunteer and Information HP has done is we have a couple of awards that we provide to a variety of different people. And it does not have to be a volunteer that volunteers through VIQ. It's just a volunteer in general. So we have our Volunteer of the Year, which is just a volunteer that gives back in the community. Preferably somebody with a little bit of history, but you just do up a nomination and you tell us what that volunteer's done. Last year, our volunteer was Sharon Urquhart, and she was done a lot of volunteering within the area of Quinte West, mostly with Trenton Memorial Hospital Foundation, but a variety of other things. So she was our winner last year. We also have a Youth Leadership Award, which is sponsored by the Maurice Rollins Foundation. It is a great award for youth because it's actually two-tiered. There is a winner and a runner-up. And with those two awards, that comes a $2,000 and a $1,000 bursary for the winners. And it promotes leadership within volunteerism within the youth. And then we have a Business Person Volunteer of the Year award. So it's somebody who utilizes their business to promote volunteering, and we recognize them. All three nominations are on our website at www.viq.ca. And again, anybody can be nominated, and we have a panel of judges that will be judging. This year's, we closed the nominations a week and a half before our party, which will be April 22nd. So I believe it's like April 10th. I don't have the date right off my hand, sorry. But around there will be the close of nominations.
And as we wrap up here, Tracey, what are the two big fundraisers we have to keep an eye out for towards the end of the year?
Well, Volunteer and Information Quinte is very happy to bring back Dancing with the Stars. We want to send a big thank you out to the Empire who helped us keep it running through COVID. But we are very excited to say that we're back at the CAA Arena, and we're back in May. So May 26th will be this year's Dancing with the Stars. We have 7 local couples that are going to be dancing for us. We have a bunch of presentations. It'll be a fun night at the CAA Arena. And our partners at the City of Belleville and the Belleville Senators are helping us put together one spectacular family-friendly show. So that will be our biggest fundraiser. And then our other fundraiser that we have is a very unique one. It's called Ladies Golf and Spa Day, and it's our 20th anniversary of this day. And it'll be held at Rondell Glen on July 7th. And we encourage women to, it's not meant to be anything other than just fun. If there's no stress, people come out and they golf 9 holes. And so it will be a lot of fun and a day to just relax and enjoy golf in a non-stressful way.
Well, Tracey, wishing you, Brendan, the team all the best heading forward, and we'll keep our eyes peeled on the VIQ website. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.